and welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to talk about the reasons why we at this point do not like, we downright hate going to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And this was kind of brought on after we went and saw Beetlejuice, and it just wasn't a very good experience. And we've had several not so great experiences over the past few years.
Yeah, it's been building.
It's been building up, and we're just ready to get it out of us, and just unleash it onto the world. But before we do that, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We still talk about movies, okay?
We do.
We still review
We still love
movies, and we
movies.
still love movies. We're just kind of not so, I guess, enchanted by the movie theater experience anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, hit the subscribe button. Also
Like this video.
like the video, like she said, and
Or
then
don't.
leave us your comments down below. Do you feel the same way? Are you on the other end? Do you still love going to the theaters? What do you love about going to the theaters at this point?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section below. So I know you have a list kind of wrote out. We're just going to kind of go through this point by points.
Yeah, so this is definitely a little bit different than... this is a different type of video from what we normally do, but I've been kind of wanting to dabble into some focused topic videos or something for a while. So this one is just very, I don't want to say near and dear to my heart because that's a weird way to say
Hate
this.
is very near and dear to Michelle's heart.
But this is definitely a topic that I just kind of feel fired up to talk about because I'm just like frustrated with it, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna get into it, and like you said, I've got a list here to kind of just have some like key points about why it is that we just don't dig the theaters.
Yeah, and we fully understand that this is a very personal list. Like other people may not have the same problems that we have. Other people may have different theatrical experiences, different theaters, that offer better experiences. But this is just from our perspective.
So just getting right into it. I mean, if you've been around us for a while, you know that we are parents, and it can be hard to actually make the time or get the time to make it to the theater.
Yeah.
So our first kind of like talking point here is I guess the travel time to actually get to the theater. So that entails like actually driving to the theater, but also like making time to go to the theater.
Yeah.
So if you're parents like us, you have to find a babysitter.
Which in most cases is the grandparents, and
But not always. I mean, some people have to actually get like a legit babysitter, and usually that entails paying them.
Yeah.
Hopefully if you have grandparents doing it for you, they're not charging you. Which is what we are thankful for, at least. But yeah, so actually getting childcare if you're in that boat like us. And then if not, everybody has to kind of deal with the actual traveling of getting to the theater. So for us personally, we're looking at a good 25 to 30 minute drive just to get there. And that's like on a good day.
I mean, somebody watching your
road
kids is going to offer you maybe a 5 to 6 hour window at most, maybe 4 to 5 hours. So if you got an hour worth of drive time included in that, then the movie, it's like you really don't even have time to like eat or anything like that. So it just kind of takes everything.
Yeah. So the next thing is the cost.
Yeah.
The cost of going to the movies.
I think that most people, out of everything on our list, people will be able to resonate with this one the most.
You think?
The cost, it's gotten out of control.
Yeah, I mean, just like everything's super expensive. It's different, for everyone wherever you are. But here in Kentucky, we're looking at, let's say you go on the weekend and you're going to see it in the, XD theater, whatever that means.
Yeah.
You're looking at a good, $16, $17 per ticket.
Yeah.
And then when you add on some good old concessions, which, I mean, come on, you got to get concessions. That's super expensive too. And so,
going back to the first point, the travel time and everything, needing a babysitter, we don't get to do that very often. So when we go to the theaters, most of the time it's all four of us. Like it's us and our kids.
Right.
So that factors into the cost pretty heavily because you're paying for 4 tickets, concessions for everybody. And some people would say, well, you don't have to get those.
No, you don't.
You probably don't have kids if you're saying you don't have to get concessions.
Yeah.
Because that's like the highlight of their trip a lot of times. Like,
yeah, and I mean,
the goodies and stuff.
Kind of like touching, kind of going off of that a little bit. You know, they do have like different like memberships or programs you can do to get like a discount with the theater, which we've participated in that before. I think for the Cinemark Theater, to be a membership, it's like, I want to say it's like $12 a month, $11.99 or something like that. It's gone up just like everything else. But you get free. You can like get your tickets online without having to pay any kind of fee. So that's nice because if you don't have it, you have to pay a fee to get your tickets ahead of time. And then you get, I think, 20% off concessions.
Yeah.
And then you do get like 1 free movie ticket a month. So there are things that can kind of bring your costs down, but you do have to account for actually paying for the membership. And also, how often are you really going?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say for $12 a month and the free movie ticket, like you would have to use it at least once a month and buy a good portion of concessions to make it somewhat worth it.
Right, which I feel like is pretty, attainable, but...
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's get into the big chunk of it, I feel like, which is, the experience itself of being at the movie. Like you're there, you've done the travel, you've paid your ticket, and now it's movie time. This is why we go to the theater, right? And so there's kind of several things that factor into the experience of the theater as a whole, but one thing that has just really been, this is corny, but grinding our gears, is the good old previews.
Yeah,
which again kind of goes into like the time aspect of it. But yeah, the previews, like if you're going to see a movie that let's face it, most movies now are at least 2 hours.
Unfortunately,
here where we are, I mean, you're looking at how long of previews?
Oh, it's at least 30 minutes. They go on forever. Like it just never ends. And if you go to the theater fairly regularly, like you're seeing all the same previews.
Yeah, over and over.
Like just over and over again. And it's way too long. Trailers themselves are just too long lately.
Yeah. Like
2 to 3 minutes, and like you're watching 10 or 11 trailers, you're watching commercials, you're watching those like before the theater ads and things like that.
It's pretty bad.
And it's just like you're exhausted. All your concessions are ate. The drinks are drank by the time you get to the actual movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am not enamored, and I don't even like watching trailers. Like I really don't. Because they just spoil too much nowadays. So I hate that whole experience.
I do. Like, I normally enjoy trailers, but I feel like going to the theater has made me not enjoy trailers because they have started to, like, show so many. I feel like, back in the day, they would maybe show just, like, a handful.
Yeah.
And it's like now they just want to, like, throw 20 previews in your face.
This is another big one. Like, they used to be specifically tied to the movie that you were watching.
True.
And a lot of them sometimes are.
Yeah.
But I feel like we get it, all of them now. Like I feel like we're getting stuff that has nothing to do with the movie that we're watching. We're getting like deep romantic like dramas for going to see like Twisters or something. Mm-hmm. And it's just some of these movies like getting like horror movie trailers and stuff like that when we're going to see like movies that are a little bit more family oriented.
Yeah, kind of.
Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like why are you showing all these trailers that have nothing to do with the movie?
Right. Like a Terrifier 3 trailer when we're trying to see
Inside Out 2.
Which
didn't happen.
It didn't.
But
yeah.
That's a more extreme
example.
But it does happen where you get stuff that just doesn't have anything to do with the movie that you're watching.
Not even just trailers, but you're also getting just like commercials.
Yeah.
Not just movie trailers, but you also get like the movie theater commercial type things and just those like kind of workup type of stuff. So
I mean, we're in a society right now where people they don't like commercials. Like, they don't like the previews and stuff like that, and everything's like instant gratification. People are paying premiums
just to not watch ads.
just to not watch ads. So it's like people don't like that kind of stuff. But
Okay, and then another thing that we've had, unfortunately, quite a bit of experience with is just, the actual visuals and the sound of the actual, when you're in the theater.
Which is a big thing for a lot of people. They're like, you have to see this in the theater.
It's kind of the whole point.
And when I go to the theater and I'm like, no, I didn't really have to come here and see it. Like, it would have looked better on 4K if I got it on actual 4K disc, watched it at home on my OLED TV. And I feel like my sound, I don't have a big sound system. Like, I just feel like it's, a lot of times at the theater, like, the sound is just blown out. It's like super loud and in your face. It's like, I don't need all that. I just feel like it looks and sounds better at home, like, versus a theater.
Yeah, and I mean, we had one theater in particular that we had more problems with than others, but we have, gone to other theaters, and it's been better, but I still feel like there's still always issues with just, like, the look and the sound. It's just like, the people that are working there, they're not experts, as far as I know.
Like, sometimes the corners of the screen will be, like, dim, and you'll see, like, reflections of light, like, on the actual screen itself.
Or they'll be dirty. Like, I feel like there's some parts where, like, you can tell that they probably haven't cleaned that screen since the place opened.
Yeah.
Like, that they're not upkeeping that stuff. And so, I mean, there's been so many times where, like you said, the sound is, like, deafening, like, can hardly even stand to be in there. Like,
yeah, it's way out of proportion.
Or
there's been times we went in there where people will be talking, we can barely hear it. So there's situations like that too.
Yeah, it's just not the best. And then kind of going off of that too, kind of like technical issues. This was at the one theater that we had the most issues with. But sometimes you have the issues of the movie not starting on time.
Yeah.
The movie, messing up.
We had several of those issues at this one theater we went to.
Yeah,
tried to give them multiple
really
chances, and it just got ridiculous and out of control.
Yeah, so that's.
And
always...
I know that you're seeing it like on the big screen, but like I don't know how much that really matters to me. It's like I feel like I'm sitting way back anyway most of the time, or like in the middle of the theater. And like when I'm looking at it, my perception is the screen is it's big. But I don't know, it feels the same to me. Like if I was sitting at home on my couch, like right in front of my 65-inch TV. I don't know.
And then, unless you have something you want to add to that aspect of it,
no.
You just have also the issue of the upkeep of the theater, which I know I mentioned, like, wiping the screens down and that kind of stuff. But most of the theaters that we go to, it's like the employees just don't care about cleaning it. It's just very messy. And, I don't consider us to live in a bad area or anything, but it's just like they just don't clean. Like it's just nasty. You've got soda stains everywhere on the carpets as you're walking through, and you've got, when you go over to like maybe fill your drink up, there's just like trash everywhere and popcorn everywhere, just very messy, sticky.
Trash is overflowing because nobody ever empties it.
Nobody empties the trash. And again, this has been in several different theaters, so it's not just like, we're not just speaking from one theater in particular.
And don't even get me started on the disgustingness of the bathrooms.
Yeah,
or when I forget what movie we saw, it might have been Deadpool and Wolverine. They had like 2 of the stalls broke down and one bathroom they were cleaning, and there was like a line out the door.
Oh wow.
So
and then in the theater itself, again, you've got the sticky floors, people who don't throw their stuff away, and employees that aren't coming in and cleaning it. I know when we went and saw Beetlejuice 2, there was like this whole row of people who just left everything behind, like did not clean up at all. And, you know, we've got, you know, the nice recliners, but sometimes you get one that doesn't even recline. Or, you know, the fake leather is peeling.
Oh, yeah. One time I got up and there was just the
Little
crap
fleck.
was all over the back of my jacket.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, what am I coming here for? You know?
Yeah, just-
I think that to myself every time.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're painting this picture of why are we doing this?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, for the past maybe 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Going to because I used to really love going to the theaters. I did. I don't know if there's a lot of times where I leave the theater and I'm like, that was a great experience. I feel completely fulfilled. It's usually always like, why did I waste my time?
Yeah.
This movie would have, you know, I could have waited for this.
Right.
You know.
Well, we're not done. Okay, so you know, we've kind of touched on you know, employees and stuff, but the next thing is just people. Okay, like we love you guys, we love each other, but I feel like most people agree that people as a whole just kind of suck. You know,
Yeah, we all suck.
We all
you know?
suck. And so when you're going out in public, and this is not even just necessarily about movie theaters, this is literally everywhere, going to the grocery store, going to wherever, people are annoying. But you have to deal with, you know, the annoying moviegoer who is inconsiderate of those around them.
Yeah.
You know, they're not listening to the little advert.
Slurping all over the place.
They're not listening to the thing before the movie starts about turn your phone off or don't be on your phone or whatever. There's people, you know, taking pictures, flashes. You can see their screen lit up. They're texting. There's people talking to each other. You know, laughing. Again, when we went and saw Beetlejuice, there was an infant crying.
Yeah.
And so,
Which, to be honest, like if it's a comedy or whatever and you're laughing at the movie, like I have no problem with that. Like it's a comedy. We're all in there to laugh and have a good time.
yeah.
But if you're not even paying attention to the movie, you're just doing your own thing and you're laughing and basically being a nuisance to everybody around you, then that's definitely an issue.
Yeah. And then like you mentioned earlier, slurping, you know, one time I was sitting next to a guy who just would not quit slurping his icy. Even though it was gone, he just like was trying to get every last drop. And then, you know, some things you can't really help, like when it's like in a quiet scene and you're trying to like open up your candy. But you try to be as considerate as you can, but these are just all little like.
And now, due to the nature of assigned seating and stuff, which is something that's been new over the past couple of years, you can't move. You know, we used to be able to do that. People were talking, getting on our nerves back in the day. Then we could just move up.
But now you kind of have to worry about, well, what if somebody ends up getting this seat that I moved to?
What if somebody comes in a half hour late, you know, to the movie that you're trying to go to, which happens often as well, which is also annoying. I will say that.
And then kind of just going off of like the people in the theater with you, again, the employees themselves, you know, you have people, you know, a lot of times they're just like young kids. They don't care. They don't want to be there. They don't know, like, they can't really help you. And nor do I think that they really want to.
They're not there to police any kind of situation or problem.
Yeah. So you just have, you know, I feel like, again, this goes into other areas as well, but just people, you know, they don't take pride in not everybody takes pride in their job, because they don't maybe necessarily get fulfillment from it, but you know, that kind of just goes into like keeping it tidy and nice and having good customer service and stuff. That's hard to come by. And then, so the last kind of thing is just like talking about like why do we go? Like, what is the incentive of going? You know, nowadays there's the turnaround for like renting at home or like it hitting streaming is pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be you wanted to see the movie, you know, while it was exclusive in the theaters, because if it passed by the theaters or went through the theaters, you didn't know when you were going to see it again.
Right.
You know, or how long it was going to take to come out on home video. And
yeah,
used to be a long time back in the day.
And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I still feel like it takes a little bit for things to come out. Like there's movies.
Some things.
There's some movies that I'm like, dang, that's still not out yet. Why hasn't this hit streaming yet or something like that?
Yeah, it's a variety of factors. I mean, obviously
yeah.
it depends on like how well the movie's performing. Like if it's performing really, really well at the box office, it's going to take a little bit to come out.
But, you know, I feel like people, they go to the movie, one, because they want to see that movie. You know, they don't want to wait. But also they want to go because it's something to do. And I feel like if you're going to spend the money for anything, if you're going to spend the money and take your time, you know, take the time out of your day off work, you know, you want the experience to be a good one. And like you said earlier, I can't tell you the last time that I walked out of the theater and thought,
that was great.
What a lovely experience.
Because, I mean, a lot of these movies, like, within a week or two, they're announced for a streaming date, or they're on your TV to rent for $20. You know, which if I'd rather watch it at home anyway, and it's on my TV to rent for $20, yeah, that sucks. I got to rent it for $20.
Right.
But it's the same as going to the theater, and it's cheaper. So it's like if I'd rather watch it that way, and it's going to be cheaper in 2 weeks on my TV, then why not just wait for it?
Yeah.
Or in 2 months, I can buy it on 4K. Because a lot of times these movies are announced, like the actual like cover art and stuff's revealed the weekend it comes out in the theaters.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been building a while for me. I kind of, you know, I would like, you know, not like we'd kind of get out of going for a little bit, but then I feel like we kind of get back into it again.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I don't know. I find myself just like, it's like I want to so badly enjoy myself. Like I want to like the experience, but just time and time again, it's not doing it. And so at this point in time, I have no desire to step back into a theater.
I don't either. Like, there's really a bunch of movies out right now that I would love to see.
Right.
And I'm like, I can wait for those. Like, I'll have a better experience watching those at home.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine waiting and doing it that way.
Yeah. So I think that about covers everything. You know,
I'm sure there's other stuff we could think of, but we've covered a lot.
You know, again, like you said earlier, comment, let us know what you think about the movie theater experience. You know, maybe you guys have a great experience every time and it's really enjoyable for you.
Some people have some nice ass theaters. I'm like, damn, if I had that, maybe I like it a little bit better.
Yeah. But there's still some things you can't control, you know, like the people and the time. And so anyway, that's just kind of our video. You know, we're not trying to be like super negative or anything, but at the same time, I feel like it is like a topic worth discussing for sure.
Yeah. And we have to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, because some people might be like, why didn't you go see that movie this weekend?
Yeah.
You know, so this is kind of our video explaining that.
Yeah.
You know.
So there you go.
So thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts and turn on bell notifications for all future videos. And we'll see you next time.